I know. Let's just take a little look. Give it. Hi, baby. Do we have a baby? Can you just feel this baby? Oh, where did he go? Okay. Good job. Good job. Congratulations. Let's get some. Let's get you your little area down here set up. Oh. Maybe tonight wasn't the best night for Cranky Duck. But I thought we had more time. Okay. Okay. All right. I know, buddy. Are you helping up there? Just gonna get, I'm not sure if the placenta's out. I'm just gonna grab. You beautiful mama. You're doing great. I'm just gonna see. First of all, I'm gonna turn the light on so that I can see. to do a little bit of this. I'm just going to check on do we have a placenta? Good job, Mama. You're doing great. Oh, we're still waiting on placenta. Okay. Where's your mama letting me? Letting me help like that. Alright, well, we will just. I'm just going to step out then and let her. Where's Mama? Where's your little cutie? Kitten looks good. We just need to wait for that placenta to come out. And then I will move Kitten down below. But everything's looking great so far. So I'll be nearby, waiting, watching closely for placenta.
Holy, okay, got my voiceover set up. What's loud? Turn it down. It's loud. There's always something speaking. So, surprise, no kittens. Um, so, number one is not in, looking good. And then, as soon as she pushes the placenta out, I will go down and relocation to the neck. Casper's helping out, which is very sweet. There's some contractions, so hopefully that will get the placenta out. Oops. I'm on camera. All right, that looks like the kitten. Kitten's being cleaned by Casper. Looks like placenta is handled. So I'm going to run down and relocate everybody, and then I'll be back on voiceover, and I'll fix this up. Okay, it actually looks like she's working on kitten number 2, so I'm going to hold off until, because I see kitten number 2 starting to come out. I see the sac there. So I'm going to wait till kitten number 2 is out. And then, since everybody looks safe at the moment, and Casper's keeping kitten number 1 warm, Casper is being very helpful. There, she's pushing some more. There's kitten, another breech kitten, of course. It's okay though. Oops. All right, so we will want this kitten to come out soon. All right, see what's happening here. Kitten number one is getting lots of good cleaning and stimulation from both parents. I'm just trying to see if kitten number two is out or still in progress. If kitten number one is a girl, then Casper is not the dad. But if kitten number one's a boy, then Casper can still be the dad. Okay. All right, let's get some big contractions. She had very few pre-labor signs other than, she's done a little bit of nesting when she was in there tackling Casper the last couple of nights, and there was no discharge, but we did have breaking spiders a couple of days ago. So, all right, Mama, push this baby out. Come on, Mama, push. Come on, one big push. You can do it. Get that baby out. One big push. Okay, I think the baby's out. Not completely out. There, you got her. Okay, and the baby's alive. Much better situation than Celestine's number two, although breach and definitely took a bit of time to get that one out, but looking quite vigorous. So now as soon as placenta is out, I can go and move them to the nest so they're a little bit safer. I certainly didn't want to be moving anyone around while she's having contractions with a kitten in the birth canal, because that could have all sorts of problems. We certainly don't want to delay a kitten in the birth canal. So now we just have to wait for this placenta to come out so that I can move the kittens freely, and then I'll put them in a nest and give her a minute and hope that she will follow down to the nest, and then just kind of go from there, because we want them, the nest is the safest place for them to be, and so we of course want them in there. But kitten's looking good. Both kittens are looking good. Sorry about the production quality there. Yeah, so I was not expecting. I guess it's been a week since we ultrasounded, so we were still off by about 3 days with our measurements. So but the kittens look great. They look like they're good to go. So far, anyway. We don't know how many there are. Oh, that's the miracle kitten up here burying his pee. If you hear noises. My cats have not woken up enough yet to be demanding breakfast, but I'm sure that will happen soon. All right. Good job, Mama. Okay, so we're just waiting for the placenta to come out. They look pretty good size too. And oops. Okay, so we're watching for the placenta. Then we'll be able to relocate. Hopefully she will stay in the nest once I move everyone down there. I did have sort of a fleeting thought today that she is so much more comfortable up on that ledge that she might start giving birth up there, but hopefully she'll stay down in the nest, and if not, we'll move to plan B. But the good news is she didn't seem stressed at all by me coming in, and so And Casper's being such a good boy. He's helping provide warmth and he's helping dry the kittens. We see this a lot with feral cats, is helping each other give birth. Even the boys. All right, so she's working on pushing out the placenta now. And I can't see back there because we have a privacy shield of Casper. But let's see if I can scan. Oh, no. But it looks like she could be eating a placenta right now. They're not in immediate danger, so I'm going to wait until just a little bit longer. And then once I can have a good idea that the placenta is out, then I can grab both kittens. I see a face under Casper's neck, but I can't tell which kitten it is. She never really got to that uncomfortable point. So maybe we have a small litter of kittens here coming, or she had less fluid in there. We'll see. We did have some really good belly vision, though, the last couple of days. So to recap, the first two kittens are out. We're just waiting on confirmation of placenta for number 2. And I may just go check since I can't really see from this angle. So stand by.
Hi, beautiful parents. Hey, buddy. I'm just gonna go grab the beautiful babies and put them somewhere safe. Oh, they look so good. They look so good. Good job, buddy. Good job. Okay, here we go. Get them into this where it's nice and warm and safe. No one's gonna go for a little tumble. Hi, Mama. I'm just gonna borrow these two. These go down here. Okay. They look great. And I may as well. Oops, where's my scale? Let me grab my scale. You have to come down, Mama, or fall. Oh my goodness, I know. Yeah, let's just check. Come on, Mama. Come on down, Mama. Oh my goodness, they're so beautiful. I know, hold on. Oh. Okay, come on, get in there. Let's just check. All right, number 117. And I think that's boy bits. Number 2, 123. And I think boy, but I'll have to recheck that. Okay, Mama, get in there, Mama. I'm gonna step out. You get in there.
Okay. That's better. Now we can keep an eye on everybody and they're contained and safe. Hopefully warmer. Oh, she's doing great. So, yeah, so the first 2 kittens came out pretty quickly. And now we'll see if she takes a little break between the next one or if she's gonna get going right away. Looks like number 2 is latched onto something. Not milk bar, but he's going for a little ride. just gonna get some water. Yeah. And babies. Ooh. Have babies. Looking good so far. Oops. All right, now we like to see kittens move toward the milk bar while we wait for the next kittens to come out. Nursing helps to stimulate contractions and milk production, and so that is all helpful. It's okay if they don't right away. It usually takes them a little bit to find the milk bar and get organized. But what a good Babydaddy Casper is doing. Cleaning everybody up, helping get them dried off and stimulating circulation. I think they're both boys. I just did a very, very quick look because I didn't want to disrupt the process or stress Edie out. So I didn't check palettes or anything like that. I just very quickly weighed them. And then she meowed a few times, so I got out of there. It's nice to have help with birth, isn't it? So we don't know how many kittens we're expecting, but I would guess at least 4. Although she didn't get very big, which is a good, you can kind of compare with Celestine, who got very big. Not just her fluff, but her actual belly was quite large for 5 kittens. And Edie's was still pretty small, relatively speaking. Papa, there you go. I'm coming over here. My cats are starting to wake up and think it's breakfast time, so they will probably start getting rowdy. I was thinking that Edie would still have a couple more days, especially since she hadn't been displaying really any consistent or obvious pre-labor signs, and she was also able to rest comfortably. And she was spending a lot of time tackling Casper, attacking his tail in the nest. So I guess our our pre-labor signs were a lot more subtle with her. She did, it was a change in her pattern to spend time during the day in the nest with Casper, because she had been spending it mostly up on the ledge, but today and yesterday she did spend more time in the nest with him. And she had been digging up the blankets a bit too, which I assumed was just part of the wrestling and playtime that was happening, but especially because she was so comfortable. I don't have I should put my AirPods in so I can hear what they're reacting to. But so far everything looks like it's going really well. I guess I need to post that it's happening. Oh my goodness. The Oracuda is in the bedroom and outraged about it. There you go, you haven't seen anything. All right. Look at them all in position. Look great. is guarding the door. There's her one true love, Casper, helping out, guarding the door. And looks like they are all lined up at the milk bar. Let's see. We can get zoomed in and confirm any kind of latch. Looks like number 2 is latched. There's some focus. They're excellent birth weights. Just trying to get a post together quickly. Right. And YouTube. So number 2 has definitely latched to the milk bottle, which is exciting. You can see a little resemblance there in number 2. Little daddy resemblance. Boy kittens get their colors from mom, so so that's why we don't really get a clue about dad's coloring for the boy kittens, but if she has girl kittens, then we will get some clues. So let's get her belly. So what we're watching for now is some kitten movement in her belly to see if we have another one moving closer to the exit. I would expect there's at least 2 more in there, but it's hard to, and impossible to say for sure. We don't get a good count using the ultrasound. Casper's still waiting right outside. And relieved that she wasn't stressed when I came in. There was no panicking, and she settled right into the nest, which is nice. So now we're just waiting on the next set of contractions and seeing if we have some kitten movement coming. For those of you who might just be tuning in, this is Edie, and she's a feral cat. She's here with her Babydaddy and one true love, Casper. He's just outside the nest, guarding the nest, and he's been participating in the birth by helping to clean kittens and helping to clean her, and being a very great supportive baby daddy. kitten number 1 is the ginger kitten there, and kitten number 2 is the tabby and white kitten. And I've definitely seen kitten number 2 have a really good latch. And I think kitten number 1 is in a great position, but not quite latched at the moment. But I think he will get latched. Oh, there's a contraction. We don't know exactly how many kittens we're expecting, but we always hope for smaller litter sizes. But four is a nice manageable number. Casper has already been neutered, and mom and babies will be spayed and neutered when they're ready. And we've already spayed and neutered the remaining cats at their farm property. And so the cycle of cat overpopulation is done at that property, and this is the last litter of kittens that will be born there. So that is really great. Let me zoom out a little bit so I can get the full picture.
All right. Can you hear me now? Sorry. I'm not sure what's going on with the audio. Sounds like you can hear me, so that's good. Anyway, I was just saying she's doing a great job being very efficient. We have kitten number 3 there. Looking like another mini Casper from the parts I can see. Although less white so far, looks like. Kitten number 1 is helping. Everybody's looking great so far. So 3 kittens so far. I think I was talking about this is probably the 4th property we've helped over the winter and spring, where they've had between 8 and 22 cats that needed to be spayed and neutered. And so this spring is going to be a lot less unwanted kittens conceived and born, and that's a really good thing. We're helping out a lot of older property owners this spring for some reason in their 80s and 90s. Quite a few farmers and we help them kind of get nice setups for the cats, and we love when they call us because that means they care about the cats, and we love helping them get their cats spayed and neutered before it turns into a huge colony. So cats are essential on farms around here to help with the rodent populations. It is definitely a word of mouth thing, because a lot of the time farmers or property owners don't want a bunch of animal welfare people on their properties, because we get a bad name from like PETA and animal liberation people who are so militant and just make things difficult for farmers. And so even the farmers who want to help the animals are very mistrustful of anyone in the animal welfare field. So we have had to earn trust and build trust, and the more farmers we've helped, the more doors have been opened for us to help more. And so that's how we approach it, just from a position of wanting to help and being grateful that people allow us to help, and trying to sort of change the stigma that's been created by some of the
more militant animal rights groups so that people know that they do have support and that there are people out there who are delighted to help them. Still working on getting number 3 dried off, and I have not seen evidence of a placenta yet. Casper could give lessons to Cornfield. Cornfields was wonderful during the birth. He was so helpful, very involved and supportive. And then he just got so excited about the kittens, he couldn't quite contain himself. So he had to be watched very closely, and then only supervised visitations for a while because he just wanted to interact with the kittens constantly because he was so excited. And then when they got older, it was very adorable. But Casper seems to have like a pretty good program. He's been helping out, checking in. He's guarding the nest door. And he made sure that he checked me out when I went in to move them. Give you a quick peek. There he is, guarding the nest. You can see the door to the left of the screen there. So she's doing a really good job getting the kitten dry and stimulating circulation and making sure there's good breathing. And then she'll probably have to have a few contractions to get the placenta out. Before the kitten can move to the milk bar area. And it looks like I can't actually tell. I can't tell if number 1 has found a nipple or if he's just hanging out. No, looks like, well, no, actually, let's zoom in. Let's get a closer look. Oops, I'm on the wrong camera. All right, let's see. Oh, I can see now because your head's there. Yeah, because the camera's not focusing. Let's focus. There we go. Okay, we'll see when she moves her licking a little bit. Oh, I think we do have a latch for number 1. That's great. It's exciting. I don't know why the audio cam in the nest isn't working. Let's see if I can figure that out. Technical difficulties all the time. But what matters is we have 3 healthy kittens. At least 2 have latched now, number 1 and number 2. left nest side. That's you. Let's see if we can get some sort of audio. Oops. Oh, I don't know what that means. Oh, I'm hearing it from my phone. Interesting. Okay, I think possibly because that camera's behind plexiglass, maybe it's not gonna pick up, and there's no audio on the overhead camera. So plan B is we go back to the room camera for now. And let's see if that does anything. Look how cute they are. Goodness, so cute. Number one. Okay. All right, we have, you can see a good latch for number one there. And number two. Looks nicely latched. I'll zoom out in a minute. I'm just trying to get a good look at who's doing what. And also, oh, there we go. Now I can hear. Looks like number 2 has a pretty long umbilical cord, which is fine. She may modify that a bit. Make it shorter. I will figure out how to get some audio in the nest once this is all done. I hadn't considered with this new nest setup that the audio might not work inside the nest, so live and learn. All right, we've got what looks like another contraction. So far, she's been incredibly efficient. Great instincts. Thanks everybody for tuning in and watching, and for all of the support. And thank you, mods, for helping keep everything informative and family friendly and safe and inclusive. We love everyone who is part of our amazing tiny village, and we're super grateful for all of you. Thanks for being here. It has been an intense week of birthing. One we thought was going to come earlier than she gave birth, Celestine, a couple days ago, and Edie, I was thinking we had another couple days. So you never know when you've got uncensored rescue reality. You never know what you're going to see when you tune into the live stream. We do stream live 24/7, 365, and it's uncensored, so you guys get to see exactly what we do, exactly what's required for some of these rescues, and you can see how hard we work to save the ones that are often considered lost causes, like Tomball on our other stream. And sometimes it's a bit of a roller coaster, but the community is also very wonderful and a great place to hang out and get to know people around the world and escape the realities of our modern day life. I do remember when I asked to be reminded never to have 3 pregnant mamas at the same time again. I do. That was intense. They were all due around the same time, if I recall correctly, and then we had some complications and didn't have as much experience with the feral mama cats back then, so we've gotten way better. We learn with every litter how we can do things a little bit better next time. And so I think we've got our nest set up pretty nailed down, other than the occasional technical issue. And we've got our protocols pretty nailed down. But like I said, we do learn and experience things differently every time. No 2 births are the same. Like there may be a little bit of contracting happening. Again, we don't know how many kittens we're expecting. We were thinking at least 4. And we're at 3 currently, so I would expect there to be 1 more kitten coming. He's using the wrong camera. Yeah. I'm having camera issues. Okay, I have to restart my camera control software. Now we got our control back. I'm going to get a little closer look down here. See what's happening. As she rotates a bit, we'll get a better angle from the side. But you can tell she's experienced keeping those kittens tucked in very closely so that they stay warm and can get access to the milk bar. It's currently, let me see, temperature is currently 45 Fahrenheit degrees. That is, let's see, 7 degrees Celsius, which is quite cold outside. too cold to be having kittens. It is a few degrees warmer than it was when Celestine gave birth on Friday morning. But very difficult for wet newborn kittens to survive when the temperature is so cold. Now, these two colonies, Celestine and Edie's colonies, are on separate properties, and they do both have nice barns and straw. And so out of all of the farm cats and feral cats in our rural area, they would have a better chance of surviving because they do have some good shelter options, and they both have property owners that are compassionate and care about the cats and feed the cats. And so that really helps their chances of survival. We've seen lots of situations where the cats don't really have, anywhere inside or warm where they can get out of that freezing cold weather. And it really does increase the risks, and the moms have to be really vigilant about keeping the kittens close, and then that of course makes it difficult for them to go find food because they have to leave the kittens, and then the kittens are in high risk for all sorts of things. So it is really really great when we finish spaying and neutering a colony, and when we know there aren't going to be any more kittens born out there. See if I can adjust. This is the first time with this camera on the side, so thanks for your patience while I try to figure out what's happening. There she's peeking out at him. I'm just going to try to get a look at her belly. Oh, she's talking to him. He's like, come on, meet baby number 3. wants to show off the babies. He's keeping guard outside. Now I will deliver her some snacks at some point. But she gets more nervous being approached in the nest. She's really good about being approached out in the open and when she's on the ledge, but she's nervous about being oh, there's contractions happening. So number 4 is on the way. She's a lot more nervous being approached in the nest, so I'm restraining myself and not going to stick any food in there or anything when she's still actively giving birth, because I don't want to stress her out. And we want to keep her in the nest feeling safe. Look, Daddy's arrived. I'm so happy to see him. Thanks again to everyone who is tuning in and watching with us. You will be able to watch this adorable family grow up. From birth to adoption. We don't think this is the first time these two have had babies. She's the matriarch of the colony and he's the patriarch, so. And they're both beloved by the other cats there. There's some nice strong contractions. And what have we got? Whoops. Getting the wrong camera again. I think we're due for a ginger kitten because mom's 2 colors are ginger and black. And she also has the dilute gene, which means she could have dilute black kittens, which would be gray kittens, or dilute ginger kittens, or dilute ginger and black kittens. Oh, and there we go. Number 4 is ginger. So 50-50 chance of getting of her passing along either a ginger gene or a black gene. And we know that for boys, they only get their color from mom. And for girls, they get one color trait from mom and one from dad. So when you see a cat like Edie, she's a dilute Torby, which means she has both black and ginger color. She's got a tabby pattern, and her dilute means she's gray and cream instead of black and ginger. We've got some breathing happening. Yeah, so what she's doing now is clearing the membranes, and she's stimulating circulation and breathing by licking. Color looks good. Kitten color, I mean, looks good. You can see there's breathing happening. And if I had to guess, we're probably still waiting on a placenta to come out. Although it's possible it came out with the kitten. And focus. I don't know why I can't change the camera to focus. There we go. Look at that rowdy pile. The first two kittens' birth weights were excellent. We like for them to be more than 100 grams at birth. That's kind of the point at which survival rates are much higher, they're healthier. And so they all look in that size range, which is great. Ooh, some kitten trauma. Oh, look, Casper's giving Mama some kisses. Zoom out a little bit. So we have 4 kittens. You can see all 4 of them right there. 3 of the 4, everybody but the new one, have latched, which is great. So we're having some daddy encouragement. A little more. It's pretty amazing to see the bonds between feral cats. I think some of the old kind of wives' tales about the male cats herding kittens. We've never seen that happen. We've only ever seen male cats help, or at least get out of the way But we've had a couple who have been super involved and supportive and helping with cleaning kittens and pottying kittens and clean up during birth. It's very sweet to see. So until the placenta comes out and is cut by, the umbilical cord is cut by Edie, kitten number 4 will probably lay there and be still. That's super normal. And then once the placenta is out and the cord is cut, the kitten will be free to move and find the milk bar. But for now, we wait for placenta and we wait for the umbilical cord to be cut. So everything is looking very good at the moment. 4 very efficient births, and they're all looking really great. So we were saying minimum of 4, but possibly there could be 1 or even maybe 2 more. But I would be surprised if there were 2 more. I could see her maybe having like 1 more stealth kitten in there. But given how big they are and how comfortable she was, maybe we are lucky and 4 is the number. That would be great. Number 4 is breathing, yes. Like I was saying, until the placenta is out and the umbilical cord is unplugged, kittens will just kind of lay there and conserve their energy. And so usually they're not out rooting around until they're free of the umbilical cord and placenta. So it's interesting, our measurements were off by about 5 days for Celestine and for Edie. 5 days. 1 5 days early and 1, actually both, I guess, were early, 5 days early. 4 to 5 days. There you can see number 4 moving. So we've started trying to use the biparietal measurement, basically the diameter of their skull measured by ultrasound to try to predict. But I think next time we'll try maybe shaving a patch so that we can get a little bit better pictures, and we'll see if that helps with our accuracy. her celestine date was supposed to be Monday, and I think she gave birth, I think it was Friday early morning, so I don't know how many days that is, but. And Edie, we didn't really have a date predicted, but we were thinking 10 to 14 days from when we did the ultrasound, which was last Wednesday, I think. So it's been about a week. So I guess we would be looking at 3 to 7 days. Oh, I like the class for helping out. Really good Babydaddy. He's being very gentle. We will, of course, monitor closely just to make sure that he doesn't get too excited and take kittens out to play with, like Cornfields did with Eden's kitten. But very sweet to see them take care of each other like this. He's being very gentle. All right, you can see number 4 is starting to activate. I can't tell if we've had any placenta action yet for number 4. I'm looking on the side angle for any sort of kitten movement that would indicate there's another kitten. Oh, it looks like she may be eating a placenta now. Rambunctious. Thanks everybody who's watching. This is live, uncensored rescue reality. These two are feral cats, although they have become, what is it called? Is this for the mama? They have become very tolerant of humans since they've been here. Casper is the alleged baby daddy, and he was neutered immediately when he came in. And Edie was already pregnant. We did manage to get everybody else at their colony spayed and neutered before kitten season, but Edie, being the matriarch of the colony, was ready earlier than everyone else and got pregnant very early. And so we're happy that they're having their last litter of kittens somewhere safe, where mom and babies will be spayed and neutered, and we will have ended the cycle of overpopulation on that property. Already having wappy paw battle. There's number 4 getting in there, trying to find a nipple. One of the things we love about live streaming the births and our other rescues is that you get kind of a secret glimpse into the lives of feral cats. Normally when we see them out in the wild, they're scared and they're, looking for food, and if you try to approach, they may hiss or run away. And what you don't get to see is the bonds they have with each other, the snuggling they do, the co-parenting. It's a very special thing to witness, and we've seen it now over and over and over again at multiple of our colonies. She's finishing up placenta. Hurry up, I can see from the other angle. If you see a little bit of blood on the kittens, that's no big deal. That's just from the placentas. And I'm sure that will get cleaned up. Mama's a bit busy right now, but it looks like she's got everyone sorted out there. We have 4 kittens so far. We don't know if that's it or if there's one more or possibly 2 more. She's been quite efficient and is showing us her strong maternal instincts. Knows exactly what she's doing. Once it looks like she's done, I will deliver a little snack to her, but I don't want to disrupt her flow. Especially since she's looking so strong and good and energetic. The first 2 kittens' birth weights were fantastic. We like for them to be more than 100 grams at birth in order for the best health and the fewest complications. So those 2 at least are in good shape, and the other 2 look in the same size range. So that's all great. He's doing a very thorough job cleaning. Having Casper in there is nice for added heat and snuggle area for kittens. He has not been offended by placentas and has in fact been helping clean her up and the kitten. Thanks again to everyone who is watching. You will be able to watch this little family raise their last litter of kittens from birth until adoption, 24/7 live, uncensored. and I can pretty much guarantee there will be adorableness. Everything's looking great. 4 kittens out so far. She could be done, or she could have another kitten coming. I haven't seen any obvious kitten movement. However, the position she's in, I wouldn't really expect to see much. And it's harder to see one kitten moving around than it is when you've got all the kittens in there. But still, Celestine gave us some pretty good belly vision from her last kitten. So we'll see if she does some shifting around. We may be able to see a little bit more. Very special moment we're getting to witness here live and uncensored. This is what happens out in the feral colonies. They take care of each other. The dads help with the birth. They help raise the kittens. The moms help each other out. A beautiful thing. Oh, he's going to do some more cleanup for her so she can rest. I'm going to zoom in a little bit to see if we can assess who's at the milk bar. There, a little flop. Relaxing. Now we can see if we get any more movement or any more contractions. Casper's looking kitten number 4 currently. I can see number 1 having a good latch. Let's zoom in and see what the others. Looks like number 2 is latched. It looks like number 4 is latched. Although I can't confirm that 100%, but that looks like latching position to me. And number 2 is now unlatched. Casper is cleaning kittens. He is not nursing. And he's cleaning Mama up too. They get pretty soaked with fluids. He's helping dry the kittens off. Oh, there's a little wappy paw battle going on. He's having a little rest finally after pushing out basically 4 kittens in a row very quickly. And we don't know yet if she's done or if she has another one in there. I haven't seen any obvious kitten movement yet inside, but sometimes if there's just one kitten left in there, you won't see it. moving from the outside. This is a very beautiful special thing to witness. We know it happens in the wild quite often, but we humans don't often get to witness it. So what I'm going to do is just wait a bit, observe, and if it seems like she's settled and there's nothing else going on, then I will drop off some snacks for her. She has been a little more nervous about being approached in the nest versus being approached on the ledge, which she's pretty fine with. So I don't want to risk disturbing her just yet, because she looks like she's feeling comfortable and safe, and the kittens are all really well positioned. Let's zoom in one more time, just to see who's left. We definitely have kittens 1, 2, and 4 latched, and I think the 3 is latched also, which is really great. Well, looks like we have a 4-way latch. That is awesome. I'm going to zoom back out. So I guess I will stop narrating because there's really nothing going on that I need to talk about, and you guys can enjoy the peace and quiet in the nest. Next steps will be after a little bit, maybe after the kittens are done nursing and kind of fall asleep and unlatch, I'll go down and see if I can put a bowl of snacks in there for her. And possibly get a microphone in the nest, depending on how she reacts. She did extremely well with me moving the first 2 kittens from the ledge into the nest. So I'm not super worried about her stress level. I just want to make sure that she is okay with me approaching her in the nest with like a bowl of food. So a few things, and then eventually I'll do a blanket change and weigh the kittens once it seems pretty certain that she's done. But they're all looking really good. If we had any severe palate issues, I think we would be able to tell. We'd have one that wasn't latching or that was sneezing a lot. And so I'm not anticipating anything like that, but we do always check palates and sexes and weights as close to birth as possible so that we can monitor and make sure everyone stays healthy. But they're looking quite content right now. That's very sweet. Very, very sweet. So again, thank you to everybody who is tuning in and watching. You'll be able to continue watching these guys right here from now until adoption. And I guarantee it's going to be adorable and fun and, you know, who knows what else. Edie is going to be a very playful mama. Thank you, mods, for letting me know that birth had started. I used to have to stay up and I checked every hour. And when you can't predict the date, that would turn into like 2 weeks of no sleep, and then they would finally be born. But the mods are so wonderful. They call when things happen, so that means I can sleep more, which is a big help. Yeah, so on that note, I think I'm going to stop rambling because there are much cuter things going on. This was very fast and efficient, and I will get it posted at some point and do a quick restart of the stream so that I can have it put to post.